Sisterhood to me means basically that my friends have my back. They are on my side. They support me. If there's something that I'm doing wrong or I need to change, they're honest with me. They don't talk about me behind my back. They would come to me face to face. They lift me up when I have a hard time lifting myself, and they're there to celebrate when things are going wonderful.
It can mean a lot of things. I'm an only child, so I never grew up with siblings. I didn't have a sister that was there since birth. But I've grown to have sisters in many different. We all have a very deep sense of caring and compassion for one another, and we understand that not every day is a perfect day, but at the end of the day, we're there for each other. Very often that you find someone that you can feel comfortable saying, like, that's my sister, you know? So, hope you find sisterhood in your life.
Family, sisterhood is the most important thing ever. And my mom always used to say to me growing up, you can never forget your girlfriends. You can never forget your girlfriends. They're the ones that will always be there for you.
So I have this really good friend. Her name's Nicola, and she's really someone I can count on through thick or thin. When I am going off course, she's a really good sister to me and always brings me back and holds me accountable and makes sure that I'm doing what it is I need to do. And I do the same thing for her.
Her name is Lauren. We met in college, and it's funny that we're talking about sisterhood because we actually met at our sorority. She really taught me how you show somebody that you care. And no one had ever done things for me the way that she did them for me before, such as remembering important dates in my life that I wouldn't have to remind her of, but she just knew that they were special or had some meaning. We went our separate ways after college. She and I both worked really, really hard to keep in touch. And so even though it's been 4 years since we've lived together, I still feel like a family connection with her, even though we don't share blood. And she is still the first person I would call if something big in my life happens or if I need to make a tough decision. And I think that that's really what sisterhood is about.
I think that sisterhood is about a genuine connection that you feel with people. People who understand you, who know all of your dirty laundry, yet they would not ever air it, even if they're mad at you. And people who still like you, even when you may act a bit funny. I like you, Marsha. And Vanessa and Marsha have been my bestest of friends since middle/high school. We always talk. These are the people that know everything about me, every single detail that I wouldn't even tell other people that I do consider to be my friends. But there's just a level of trust that we have with one another, that the conversations that we have don't go beyond us, and it's just like something that's unsaid. And that's really special that I think a lot of relationships lack these days is trust. You have to have trust that somebody won't, spread what you're telling them.
Well, sisterhood to me, I think the sisterhood, the bond that I have with my best friends, Mickey and Marsha, is something that is stronger than any other type of friendship I've had. They're the closest people to me. I think that sisterhood is like when I have two people who I'm accountable to, and they tell me the good and they tell me the bad. And sometimes I'm even scared to tell them some things because I know they're gonna tell me the truth. But that's what sisterhood is. It's like you can laugh with these people, you can cry with them, and lean on their shoulders. They help you grow. They push me academically. They push me spiritually. They push me socially. And I'm my best self when I'm with them.
So, now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a not-so-sisterly moment in my life. It was actually in middle school, 7th grade, and me and one of my friends, who I thought was my friend, we actually kind of got into it. Not physically. Really, really petty things. Note passing and her talking about me behind my back, and admittedly I talked about her behind her back. I'm not proud of it, but I did. And it was all over a little boy, a stupid little boy. I think he liked her, or maybe I liked him. I can't remember. It was so petty. But every time I think about like how we almost demolished our friendship over something so stupid, It's really
I had a
embarrassing.
friend named Michelle and Christy, and the three of us, one person was always on the out. One person was always being talked about. Sometimes it was me, sometimes it was Michelle, and it just never felt safe.
I had this friend, and she would be very nice to me when nobody was around, and she would kind of forget about me when the popular football players were around. And I noticed that it happened quite frequently, and it upset me because why weren't you my friend all the time? That wasn't, this can't be defined as a sisterhood. That will never be a sisterhood.
So I can remember there was a time in my life when there was someone who was close to me who promised to just be a real friend and wasn't. Instead of being encouraging and just supportive as friends are, this person was constantly negative towards
When
me.
we get very close to someone, we find that the things that inspire us about them are the things that we want to imitate, or we find that their achievements are things that we'd also like to achieve ourselves, and that's a good thing. But sometimes we become competitive, and that can be healthy, and that it inspires us to do better. Like watching people we admire will inspire us to try harder, but it sometimes can be very unhealthy. When you start comparing, constantly comparing yourself to somebody else, when you start agreeing too quickly with their ideas, or you become jealous.
And during my senior year, well, I think there was always some mixture of jealousy and animosity that had brewed throughout our friendship. But our senior year, we were all applying to colleges, and everybody wanted to get into the best top colleges. One evening, I was a manager on the basketball team, and we would always bring gifts and like cupcakes and cookies or candy. And I took out my locker and I had a bag of Snickers. And she came up and she said, "Can I have some of the Snickers?" I was like, "No, it's for the basketball team." She got angry, very, very angry. And she said, "I don't need your Snickers anyway. That's why I'm going to get into a better college than you." And I said, "What? What? Oh no, she didn't. I thought we were close. I thought we were best friends. I thought we were growing up together and hoping that the other one would go and do well and prosper and succeed." And it really hurt me that she didn't have my best interest at heart. She was trying to compete with me instead of trying to uplift me.
Please don't let that be you. It's really not worth it.